Let's talk about these Pittsburgh Penguins, baby. They lost to the New Jersey Devils 5-2 last night, and they continue this really bad descent into obscurity. And it's crazy because Sidney Crosby, at his older age, still producing really well. You know, when you look at the standings right now, currently in the wild card race, Pittsburgh is nowhere close to being in contention. In 68 games played, 30 wins, 29 losses, 9 overtime losses for 69 points. And with them dealing Getzel at the trade deadline, they were waving the white flag like the season is over, we don't believe in this core, which is crazy to say because they brought in Erik Karlsson, who makes $10 million per year, to propel them back into a deep playoff run, and everything just fell apart. Again, when you look at the Pittsburgh Penguins, Sidney Crosby is still producing at an elite level. 68 games played, 33 goals, 36 assists. Evgeny Malkin, not amazing numbers, but solid numbers in 68 games played, 19 goals, 32 assists for 51 points. And the guy they brought in, Erik Karlsson, 8 goals, 38 assists for 46 points. I mean, decent enough production. But when you look at the lineup, it's just not good enough currently in this very competitive Eastern Conference. With them trading Getzel, it kind of indicated I'm going to deal Crosby's friend because we don't believe this team will do good. When you look up front, I don't think the secondary scoring is atrocious outside of that fourth line where you really would like maybe a little bit more. The defense, I don't think is anything to write home about. And the goaltending is just, they're in that unfortunate spot of being mid. Like their defense, okay. Their goaltending, okay. But is okay enough, good enough to make you a playoff team in a very deep, honestly, in a very deep Eastern Conference? No. Flipping over here to the stats, I mean, look at Tristan Jarry and Nedeljkovic. Now, you knew going into the season, Nedeljkovic is just, Nedeljkovic. He's going to be like an okay backup, but both have very similar numbers. Jarry, 48 games played, 19 wins, 23 losses, 5 overtime losses for a 2.84 goals against average, 905 save percentage. Nedeljkovic, 24 games played, 10, 6, and 4 record with a 2.95 goals against average and a 904 save percentage. They're very close in their statistics, and it does make you wonder, is it the team? Is it the team around him that has the goaltending playing so mid? Because Tristan Jarry, they did invest some money into him going forward. Is he going to be able to justify that, over $5 million cap hit? It's going to be very interesting to see. It's unfortunate because Sidney Crosby, again, is having a spectacular season and it's being wasted on a very mediocre Pittsburgh Penguins squad. Is there hope for the future? I mean, they don't have a first round pick in this upcoming draft. Maybe they make a deal to acquire another pick, maybe not a first rounder, but maybe a high-end second round pick. I think the Penguins are in this dangerous area of being good enough not to be terrible, so they get a high-end draft pick, but not good enough to make the playoffs. Or if they make the playoffs, they'll be a one-and-done team most likely. And for a legend like Sidney Crosby, who is one of the most fantastic players to ever lace it up, and I think in some ways a little bit disrespected with how we don't have him in certain conversations with greatest of all time. Do I think he's the GOAT? No, but you could easily put him top 5, top 10, especially with his level of play. But it's unfortunate to see a legend like that kind of be surrounded by garbage. And listen, this is going to be probably an unpopular take, but Fenway Sports Group is complete trash, in my opinion. I'm seeing it firsthand with the Red Sox and, Fenway Sports Group, they own the Pittsburgh Penguins. FSG does not really care about the product they put on the ice, at least in my opinion. Because when I see what they've done to the Red Sox, I know it's a different sport, but they're penny pinching like, oh, we don't have to spend money. We can bring up a bunch of prospects and barely go 500, or maybe we'll go for 100 losses instead of 100 wins. I'm seeing somewhat of a similar strategy here with the Penguins, and some could argue, well, they did bring in Karlsson, but I mean, why would you not try to retain Getzel? Why deal him? Why not try to sign him to a long-term deal? So at the very least, you can give Crosby a fantastic line mate and keep him happy, and the Penguins have another offensive weapon. It didn't really make sense Going into this season, did I think they were a Stanley Cup favorite? No, but I thought they had some nice pieces. And did I think Erik Karlsson is way overpaid at $10 million per year? Absolutely, but bringing in a good offensive defenseman, you had some pieces there. Like, you thought at the very least the Penguins would be far more in the mix than they currently are in the wild card and in the Metro overall. I'd like to know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I mean, what have you thought about the Penguins this season? Have they underperformed, or have they performed exactly like expected? Do you think Fenway Sports Group is a terrible ownership group? I'd like to know every single thought from you Penguins fans about the ownership, the team, the direction. Do you have hope for this team going forward? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I'll see you in the next one.